Welcome back. I am Rice Bowl, and today we're actually just gonna have a little chat. I haven't been uploading for quite some time now, and there's actually a really good reason behind that, which I'll be getting into in this video for today. Now, this video is actually going to be cut up into 3 different parts, namely what I've been doing lately, the changes that have been made for this channel, and also kind of expectations that I set for myself for this channel so I can probably upload more consistently, because I actually kind of enjoy making videos. Now, if you guys don't want to watch the entire thing, there are timestamps in the description below, or also like within YouTube itself, so feel free to just skip ahead or move whenever you feel like it. Now, with that out of the way, let's start with the first topic, which is what I've been up to these days. So I'm actually kind of on my 3rd to 4th year of mechanical engineering, and man, has it been such a struggle within these past few terms. It was kind of my fault since I lumped up together a lot of difficult classes all within, a few terms, but I guess that's what I get for doing that. And hey, here I am. I'm actually still alive, and I passed all of those classes, so I'm pretty proud of that. But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't been uploading a lot in this channel. But because of that, I also kind of took this term with, less units and more lenient subjects, so I can make more time for other things in my life, since, academics isn't the only thing that we should be thinking about. And aside from that, I'm also joining kind of orgs within my college. One of them is a really interesting one regarding EcoCar, if you guys know that. And if I actually get to join that, I may be able to bring you guys with me with our journey in kind of competing in that competition. Aside from academics, I have been thinking about this channel for quite some time now, and I think I've accumulated a good amount of drone content that I can share with you guys and for you guys to tag along. For those of you who are updated with this channel or have watched a few of the videos, I do plan to make more tiny whoop racing / freestyle inside my room, such as the YouTube shorts that I've made, or also some HD content, which I really want to take, not just from my house but also from different locations, which I hope I get to do very soon. Other than that, I think this channel will also have some non-drone related content depending on my mood. There are some things that I want to showcase, such as me designing some things, and also some of the things that I do in school, because I'm starting to get into the subjects that actually involve engineering in a cool way, and I don't know, it's kind of cool, and I want to kind of show off what we do in engineering classes. So now let's get into the changes that I've made for this channel, and let's start with the equipment that I'm using, since I have kind of upgraded a few of the things that I'm using so that I can give you guys better content. It's also an excuse, because if I spend something, it means that I have to use it and, make videos. So first, let's talk about this mat. It is a mat from Macbeth. It is a Filipino local desk mat seller. It's really nice. It feels premium, and I chose this pattern because I think it fits the channel. It's like dark, simple, and it's also going to help whenever I'm showcasing certain things, that's gonna pop out, and it's gonna make it easier for you guys to see the actual product, and it looks nice. Next up, with our camera, I am still using my phone. It is recording in 1080p, 30 frames per second. I have tried 4K, but I feel like it doesn't really have that much merit, since YouTube just compresses it to 1080p, and who really watches these kinds of videos at 4K? It's not really that important. And then I have the second monitor to show like my video feed, so I can properly frame the video when I'm recording like this. I am using a new microphone. It is an inexpensive microphone called the Boya BY-M1 Pro 2. I think it's a good microphone to start with, since it's my first one, and I don't know too much about microphones, but so far it's working, right? Next up, I also have a soft light that I'm using right here. It is right above the camera right now. And it's just an inexpensive one. It's just really cheap, and I don't think you can go wrong with getting a soft light. In terms of drone equipment, I do have this little carrying pouch. It carries all of my stuff. And we're starting with these Fatshark goggles. Now, I recently got these goggles for almost half the price, and I know it's just the HD3s, but oh my god, this is the first Fatshark goggles that I've ever gotten, and they feel so nice to wear. They're really compact. They allow me to kind of bring this with me to wherever I want. I used to have box goggles, and I'll show you what I did to those later on. But I used to have box goggles, and I really had a hard time bringing those wherever I go. So having binocular goggles such as these Fatsharks is really nice. I do have a Eachine receiver here. I forgot the name, but it is running Achilles firmware on there, so it's pretty good. It's really reliable. I have no issues with that. And I have a few antennas. I have the Lollipop, I have a standard Fatshark antenna here, and then a triple feed patch. Very, very ordinary antennas. I also have this Jumper T12, which I have been using for majority of my FPV years. It's still working. It has Hall effect gimbals. It's still alive, so might as well use it. It fits perfectly in this case, so I don't really mind. Anything smaller and my hands kind of get grimy, like, it's kind of too small already. But anything bigger will not fit in this small carrying case, so I really like the setup that I have right now. Going to the next compartment, this is what I did to my old monitor. So I turned it into like a little FPV monitor thing, and yeah, it works. There you go. This is my favorite drone so far. This is just a 65 Pro Beta FPV frame. It is using a Super BF4 with an ELRS SPI receiver, a OVX300 as the VTX, and then the Foxy Razor Pico as the camera. These are just standard 0702 23,000 kV motors from Happymodel, and then Gemfan 35mm propellers, tri-blade. This is a modded Mobula 7. I am currently experimenting with this since, as you can see, it looks like it has a different frame, which it is made out of carbon fiber. This is a test project on something that I've been wanting to do, and it is inspired from the Fractal 65, so it does look very similar to it, but it is in a stretched X format, and it is around the same weight as the original Mobula 7, which I really stressed about when I was making it. Lastly, I do have this HD rig that I just recently made. This is using 1404 motors, 3000 kV. These are the old Zing motors, Zing version 1, not Zing version 2. But they're still actually pretty good. These are the Gemfan's 3-inch props. I don't actually know the specification for these. They're really old. I have the Runcam Thumb Pro V1. It's not the V2 with the wide lens, it's just the V1. I got this secondhand, so I'm really happy about that. I get to record HD videos now, and yay! I have a Mamba F405 Mark II stack in there, both the ESC 25 amp ESCs and the flight controller on there. I don't know the name of the VTX in there. It's really bad. I think it's from like the Red Devil bind and fly drone. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's that. But I do plan to change that into a Rush Tiny Tank or something similar. This also runs ELRS. It is a, there you go, that's the receiver in there. And it has a Foxy or Lollipop antenna. The camera here is the Caddx Ant. It is the no mounting version, so I actually had to 3D print something. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it's just in there. So this is my HD rig that I plan to start with, emphasis on start with, because I have been designing some frames specifically for HD indoors. So, you know, kind of like a CineWhoop vibe. So before I talk about the last point of this video, I do want to show you guys some of the sneak peek drone frames that I've been working on. And you know what? Let's start with the one that you guys know, which is the nozzle frame. So this frame is the version 3.3, and it's very much beat up from all the testing that I've been doing with it, but this thing was almost perfect. It has a lot of key features that I really like. It has the double braced arms, it's very durable, it's kind of a slam design, so it's really thin, but you can put a lot of things in there. But I kind of wanted to make a bit more changes so you guys have more flexibility what parts you want to put in and kind of what type of drone you want to use this for. Now, this is primarily just a freestyle drone, but I do have plans of kind of making a mount for a HD camera. That's still in production with version 3.4. Something you can look forward to though is that I have a OpenLogger module here, which I plan to kind of provide initial PIDs so that you guys can have an easier time with PID tuning these frames, since I know some people have a hard time doing that, but you know, still want to build a drone for themselves. The next two frames are completely brand new. No one knows about this, and this is the first time you guys will be seeing this. The first one is a 3-inch toothpick type of drone. It's rated for 2 to 3S, and it was kind of mainly for cinematic footage. There's mounting for an HD camera on there, but you can also use it for freestyle, which I have been using for quite some time now. It is heavily inspired from the Baby Hawk by Emax, and you will see that in just a bit. And it's really problematic when it comes to building, which is why I've not yet released it. But hopefully for version 2, it's gonna be a lot easier to build. So here it is. This is the Manta frame. So just like the Emax Baby Hawk, this is just like a shrunken version of that. This is for 3-inch. I have a few changes that I want to make. One is to make better mounting for the flight controller, because I did have a hard time kind of plugging in the USB because of where the standoffs are. And I do have some 3D prints for this, like arm ends or like front guards, which I will do for the next version also. I also have plans on making this slightly wider to accommodate more cameras. Initially, I was going to use a Caddx Turtle V2 on this, but you know, I got this now, so I'll probably use this first and then accommodate the bigger camera, the 19mm cameras. This is mostly for a Whoop style flight controller, so if you guys want to use that, you can. I might include a 20x20, but we'll see. It's not really common anymore to see 20x20s, but who knows, maybe I'll make a version of that. I will also make these arms removable, or at least replaceable, because as you guys can see, it's really thin and this thing bends a little bit. A little more than the nozzle frame, but in all honesty, it's still very rigid for what it's supposed to be doing, because this is just a 2 to 3S drone and I have flown it rigorously, and yeah, it's still in one piece. Let's go to the next drone. So this next one is actually for tiny whoops for anyone who wants to try carbon fiber frames. This is a little bit similar to the Mob 7 that I showed a while ago, but I tried to do few different things. So this one is meant for a 65mm wheelbase tiny whoop, and I actually got some feedback from people on what they want from this locally from my community, and they were telling me to do a bottom mount pusher configurator 65mm whoop, and this is what I made. It has a lot of issues, like a lot, which is why I'm still kind of working towards it. As you can see, even the camera kind of sucks. The camera mount, it's just glued on to the frame. That's not great, is it? But yeah, this is still a work in progress. I do plan to change the Stretch X into a normal X frame, mostly because I think it's just better overall. We're more used to the regular X than the Stretch X. I haven't seen a lot of Stretch X frames recently, so I'm gonna go to that. Hopefully I'm gonna save some weight, but yeah, this is the third frame for today that I'll be showcasing. The last part of this video is the expectations that I have for this channel. So let's first talk about HD video systems and analog. I honestly don't have any plans on making anything for HD video systems such as like Walksnail or DJI, because one, I don't have the funding to have these things. I recently only got a Fatshark goggle, and that's actually already 6 years old from the person I bought it from. I also don't really want to break expensive parts because I don't have the money for that currently as a college student. So as of right now, and maybe also in the near future, I'll just be focusing primarily on analog video systems. For sure, there will be some frames like this one where you can probably fit in a HD system in there if you wanted to, but when it comes to PID tunes or the weights that I'll be giving or specs, it's mostly going to be analog, and that's just how it's going to be for a little while. With regards to this channel, I do want to set some expectations for myself, which is kind of like the upload schedule. I really want to push myself to at least make one video every month. It may not sound like a lot, but I'm balancing life, ACADS, orgs, and I think one video a month will be adequate. I will be uploading like YouTube shorts or like short videos every now and then in between of those, but for the most part, one decent length video every month is what I plan to set myself for. So that actually concludes our video for today. To everyone that made it this far, thank you for watching this video and also for supporting the channel. It really makes me happy that I have a few people who subscribe and stuff, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for the future things I have planned for this channel, and I hope that I get to bring you guys along for more adventures to come. To everyone who wants to have access to these frames, like early access, I will be making them publicly available very soon. I don't know where yet, but I'll let you guys know where you can find them. And other than that, if you like the video, press the like button. This is the first time I'm doing this. It's really cringe, but if you like the video, press the like button. If you don't like the video, you can press dislike, but I guess no one can see that. And hey, might also consider subscribing to the channel if you like my content, and also pressing the bell icon if you want notifications. With that out of the way, and with our future planned, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.